Hey, hey. Welcome everybody to Miss Glow's Kitchen, where there's sugar, spice, and everything nice, where we slice, dice, and entice, using everything we can, from peppers to allspice. What's up, my people? Y'all know what time it is? See y'all in the kitchen. A fisherman's platter is on our menu today. Here's what I use to make mine. Whiting, tilapia, you can use any fish you want, any fish you have. And so that's why I'll explain in a moment why it's called a fisherman's platter. So any fish, any shrimp, any seafood you have, you can put on here. And of course you need the oil for frying, you need a cornmeal flour mixture, and some seasonings, and we'll be ready to go. Alright, so now we get to the prepping part before we do anything else. This coating, this breading right here, this is the one we're going to use for all of the fish. The difference is the different types of fish will have different seasonings on it, but they will use the same breading. So for that breading, we're going to need flour, cornmeal. I'm going to use an adobo seasoned salt, my Goya today, but you can use any kind of seasoned salt you want. Pepper, you can put anything in your breading that you want. I'm just going to do salt, seasoned salt, and that's because of the different seasonings on the fish. So I want to make the breading as lightly seasoned as I can. All right, so I got a deep fryer here. You see I got thermometer in there so I can tell when we do reach 350 degrees, because that's where we're going to need it to fry the other fish. And so I got my tongs, and then get yourself a container and put some paper towels in there for draining. Now, if you want to keep your fish like super crispy, then drain it on a rack. All right, so I got a bag and a scoop for the cornmeal, and then of course I have a cast iron skillet with some oil in it, and onto the fish. All right, so what you see me doing here is mixing the breading. Now what I normally do is a 2-to-1. So I have 2 scoops of cornmeal and 1 scoop of flour, and from there I sprinkle a little bit of seasoning. That seasoned salt, I'll sprinkle a little bit of it into the breading, and then I'll just mix it up really well. So if you like more flour on your fish or your seafood, then you have to add more flour. I just like mine a little crunchier. Alright, moving very quickly, we're going to deal with the red tilapia first. Red tilapia comes whole, head on everything. It's known as Florida red tilapia, red yumbos, and it's even known in Mexico as tilapia rojos. Alright, so now we're going to get 3 slits cut on each side of the fish, all of them. So you want to make sure you score both sides. That's what it's called, scoring. Alright, so we're going to cut it. 3 little nice slits, and after we cut those slits, we're going to get it seasoned. So you watch me, you're going to see me season it with everything that's right there. Well, what's going to happen with this is I'm going to put these seasonings in the description box down below. So it's easier than me trying to tell you while we're doing it very quickly, you know, what it is. So I'll list it down below. If you haven't hit that like button, that subscribe button, please do so now. Hit that share button and hit that bell for notifications so you'll be one of the first ones to know when I put a new video up. All right, so we're going to get these seasoned, and then we'll be ready to go. All right. Alright, so into hot 350 degree oil, we'll put our breaded fish. So shake them up in the bag, shake the extra breading off, and put them in the oil. Alright, so 350 degrees, and you will fry these until they are perfectly golden brown. When they're perfectly golden brown, trust me, it's fish. It'll be done. Alright, so on to the red snapper next. So of course with the snapper, I'm going to do some different seasonings, which I'll list in the description box down below. I'm just trying to give you a look-see right here, so you can pretty much get an idea. But this one is different, because if you notice with the red tilapia, I used that the bullion, and I rubbed the chicken bullion all over it, which, you know, gave it a really good flavor. But here I'm just going to use all of the powdered seasonings. Alright, so I'm going to list them below. I'm going to season them up, and as we season them up, we're going to get them into the breading, and from the breading into our hot oil. Watch and see how easy this is. So easy. So fisherman's platter, of course, back in the day, some years ago, whatever the fishermen caught, they cooked some of it naturally. So it didn't matter, because you just didn't know what you might catch on a given day. You see what I'm saying? So whatever you caught is what you made. So that's what you do. Whatever you have in your freezer is what you put on your fisherman's platter. Whatever you have, and it works. See, easy peasy. I told you, easy recipe. Whatever you got on hand, it's what we can use. That's what I did. So I used all the fish and then some shrimp that I had in the freezer. Works out, so you don't have to run out and go buy anything special to make it. That's for sure. All right, so give your snapper fillets a little pat there. Pat your seasoning on there. You put them in the bag and shake them up real good. All right, so again, I say in oil. That's 350 degrees. So after you cook the other fish, bring your oil back up to a 350 degree temperature. All right, so once again, with these fillets, you're going to cook them until they are golden brown. This time, these are boneless, so they're going to get ready quicker than the other ones would. All right. All right, on to our next fish. All right, catfish fillets are up next. So you can use the bone-in, like the steaks, the horseshoes. You can do that. I just decided to go with catfish fillets. All right, so I patted them dry here because I'm going to put some mustard on them. And after I put the mustard on them, I got a few ingredients over here. So once again, in the description box down below, you will find the ingredients that I put on the different types of fish. Okay, same breading, but just different seasonings. So I'm going to rub that mustard in really well. We're going to put the rest of these seasonings on here. All right. And so the thing about it with the pan on there, when we get that cast iron pan, when we get that fish out of there, which we'll get it out of there in a couple minutes, you know, you always have that cornmeal on the bottom that fell off that cooks. Well, what you want to do is you want to take like some kind of a spoon with like rather smaller holes in it, if you can, a spoon or something in your kitchen. And what you want to do is you want to dig out as much of that cornmeal as you can. So you want to take as much of that, because when you put your fresh fish in, what happens is that cornmeal that's already in there, sometimes it'll cook to the bottom of your fish and it'll turn dark. So you don't want to do that. So what you want to do is you want to move as much of that out of the way as you can. So it's kind of different with a deep fryer because it'll cook at the bottom and it'll float up to the top. But in the pan, it's a little bit different. So you want to make sure in the pan that you're moving that so that you don't get those burned pieces on your fish, and that's for sure. All right, so once we pat those seasonings in we got on there, we're going to put them in the bag, shake them up, and we're going to get them into 350 degree oil again. So you're going to test your oil when you take that fish out. You're going to bring the oil back up to a higher temperature, 350 degrees. So once again, these are boneless. So we're going to cook these. We're going to keep turning them. You don't want them to get dark on the bottom. So keep turning these. Turn them until they are really a nice golden brown. Looking good. So far, so good. Look at that. This is boneless whiting. You know, whiting fish, it usually has that like those row of bones on the side and then one big row, one in the middle. Well, this is the boneless, so this is the fillets of the whiting. We're going to do the same thing. So we're going to season it up a little bit. We're going to get it in the cornmeal, and we're going to get it into the oil. Now, that's perch. I decided to do perch on the side too because I like it. Perch, you know what? I can't even make you understand when I say it's a fishy fish, but it really does have like a really ocean taste. But I like perch with some seasoning on it. So heavily seasoned perch. Don't over season it, but you want to heavily season it though. You want to give it some flavor. It's a good fish. I really like it though. I really do. Of course, naturally, because otherwise I wouldn't have it here if I didn't. So I'm going to season up the whiting and the perch at the same time. And the perch so small, I don't usually use tongs. I usually use a slotted spoon in the deep fryer with it because they're going to curl up a little bit, but they're just really good. They're about 2 bites a piece. I'll tell you that much. About 2 bites a piece. All right, so again, I say I'm going to list all of the ingredients for the different types of fish in the description box down below. Now, if you should choose, and I'm telling you there's nothing wrong with it, if you should choose to put the same seasoning on all of your fish, you can. Because all fish, as you know, they have their own distinctive flavor. So I just try to enhance the flavor by using the different seasonings that I did. But if you want to use the same ones, you can. Use the same ones, same as we using the same cornmeal mixture, same ones, we could do it. All right, so make sure we brought our fryer back up to 350, and these perch, they're done. They're done within couple minutes, few minutes at best. So as soon as perch curls up a little bit and it's nice, crispy, golden brown color, take it out. It's done. Trust me. There are no bones and it's done. So most of the types of fish I did use today didn't have bones. So you know to give yourself a couple extra minutes if you use the fish the types of fish and they're bone in. Alright, so in goes the whiting now. Now the whiting the same way. It's boneless. The ones I have, their fillets, they're not that thick. So as soon as these curl up a little bit and they really turn a nice golden brown, trust me, they are done. Yep. So I'm going to put those right in. Yep, good enough. And we're going to come right back as soon as these are golden brown. What we are going to do now is we're going to season the fish, though. The shrimp. We're going to season the shrimp. So what I did with that is I used that Better Than Bouillon, that chicken bouillon flavor. And that's my salt for the shrimp. And trust me, it works perfectly. So toss it in here really good. You don't have to put any salt and pepper or any seasoned salt. Mix it up and put it in the cornmeal. Bam, they're ready to go. Alright, so coat these. Make sure they're coated evenly. Now I've stepped back to rinse my hands because I'm going to put a little extra seasoning on here. So I got that, the bouillon on there. And you don't necessarily have to use it. You can use a seasoned salt. Alright, and you can use whatever seasoning you want on here. So garlic powder, onion powder. I'm going to put some Tony Chachere's Creole seasoning. Give it a little kick here. Alright, but I'm going to put a little bit of that because I don't want my shrimp to be too salty. Alright, so I'm going to toss these and try to get the seasonings distributed all over it evenly. Alright, we'll get in a bag, get this tossed up really well. Take that whiting out of there. See, it's nice and golden brown. And these are going to go in here for all of a couple minutes because trust me, the grease is hot and it just won't take long for these to get ready. So if you're right there by that deep fryer, I'm telling you something, don't walk away because that's how quick they'll be ready. Alright, a couple minutes later, look at that. Ooh, nice crispy and golden brown. Yes, just like I like it. Very good. And this is what it looks like. Y'all better go make this. Thanks for watching. See y'all next time. As always, I appreciate you. Hit that like, subscribe, and share. Thank you.